Hello and welcome back to the Unbearable Reds. I'm your host Carl, and today I don't have any player recommendations. I don't have any stories about past players or managers. I don't have any youth player analysis. All I've got to say is, after 30 years of waiting, we are now Premier League champions. I can't describe how it feels to finally be able to say that for the first time in my life, for the first time in many of your lives, you're able to say that. I haven't written a script for this. I'm going completely off the cuff because I don't really think you can script this kind of a video where you're literally just talking from the heart about something that you have wanted for as long as you can remember. You've been so close to it so many times and it's always just been snatched away from you, and now here it is. It's confirmed, the title's won. Oh my god. 30 years and it's over. And you know, there's going to be people out there, opposition fans, that want to try and take this away from you, to take your joy away by saying it's a tainted title, it's got an asterisk, this and that. Just drink it in, just drink it all in, drink all the hate, drink all the banter in, because you know what? It doesn't matter, because we are Premier League champions. All those times where as soon as people find out you're a Liverpool fan in the discussion online, I'm like, Gerrard, you know, gone, because we're Premier League champions. All the players that we've had in the past that we've looked back to and thought, oh, do you know what, they were great players, they won loads for the club, but they, you know, they just never managed to get over the line in the league. We've got a crop of players that have now, and we have a manager in Jurgen Klopp who's done more than just put a good team together. Revolutionised the club, but also taken us back to our roots, which is two completely polar opposites to have done, but he somehow managed to achieve it. What can you say about the guy? What can you say about Jurgen Klopp that hasn't already been said? The man just gets the club. He gets the people, he gets the fans. It's like he is a Scouser, basically. Jurgen Klopp's a Scouser. That's how it feels when he talks about the club, when he talks about the fans, when the way he carries himself, the way he acts. He's somebody that does truly understand what this club is about, what the fans want. But at the same time, he's not weighed down by that. At no point in his Liverpool career so far have I ever got a feeling from him that he's weighed down by the expectations of the fan base, because we're very loyal, but at the same time we know what we want as a fan base, and when we're not getting it, we will make sure it's known that we're not getting what we want. And he has never, during the years where his first couple of years as manager where he didn't win much, well, anything really, you know, there was always grumblings about him not winning stuff, and he took it on the chin and he's proved us all wrong. I say also proved those people wrong. The team that he's put together is phenomenal, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise, because this Liverpool team is the real deal. You know, you get people going, oh, you know, well, they're not the Invincibles. Oh, well, you know, they're not the treble winners. Oh, you know, they're not the Centurions. No, they're not. They are Liverpool Football Club, and before this season is out, they will have broken the points record, and they will be the holders of the Premier League, the Champions League. Although we aren't going to win this year, we are still going to be holding it come the end of the season. We are also holders of the World Club Championships, and we're also holders of the Super Cup, and we're probably going to win the Charity Shield next year. We'll probably retain the league next year as well, because we're just that good. We are the best team in the world. I just feel like a massive weight has been lifted off my shoulders. Not like in a day-to-day sense, but as like a football fan, I've never felt so like relaxed in my life. It's a surreal experience. Like on the night, I wasn't relaxed. As soon as that final whistle went in the Chelsea game, I curled up in a ball on the floor and sobbed my heart out for a couple of minutes, and then I got up and popped some champagne and celebrated with my wife. Right now, as I sit here, and I'm thinking about how we go forward from this. What's next? What do I want from the rest of the season? I am incredibly relaxed. Oh yeah, by the way, I have had to adopt a headband because the barbers are still closed and my hair is an absolute disgrace, as you can probably tell in previous videos. But anyway, back to the football. From the rest of the season, there's two avenues of possibility as to what Liverpool can do. We can either go balls to the wall and push in every game and get as many points on that board as we can and break that points record, or there's the option to blood some more youngsters, give them more game time, get them better in the squad, which will benefit us next season. Even not even just youngsters, players like Takumi Minamino, who hasn't had much game time prior to COVID because he'd only just joined, and he is getting a few games now, which is great. Happy to see that. So it'd be good for them to be able to get more game time and play with the first team more. And me personally, I would rather us just go balls to the wall, treat this period of time right now, between now and the end of the season, as our pre-season, and just carry on like nothing's changed. And then we can go into next season. All of our players are still up to speed. Obviously, there's going to be a bit of a break between the end of this season and the start of next season, but it's not going to be like, you know, the 2.5 months that you usually get. It'll be better for the club as a whole, the team as a whole, if we do stay, you know, keep our best players in peak match condition, so we can just go into the next season and do it all again. I think that's the option that Klopp will take. I can't see why he wouldn't want to do that, given that we don't have like the FA Cup to worry about, we don't have the Champions League to worry about, because we're not in those competitions anymore. The only thing that we have left to play for is that record, and if it's on the table, why not go and get it? Why not go and take that from Manchester City? Because they didn't earn it, they paid for it. Let's be honest, they paid for that. Everything they've achieved through oil money. And then there's going to be Liverpool Football Club who come along, who have built the team and rebuilt the club in the right way, are going to come and take their record that they've held for, well, it'll be 2 years, the 100-point record that would never ever be broken, and then we just come along and go, nah, we'll have that as well. That's what I want personally. And then that also breeds more confidence in the squad, because not only have we just won the league, but we've won it by the record points total, and then we're going into next season, we're probably going to get a couple of real reinforcements. Rumours are that we're going heavy for Kalidou Koulibaly as a centre-back reinforcement, which is an area of the team that I did not think we would be pursuing this summer. But apparently, whether that's the case or not remains to be seen. But apparently that's what we are doing. Go for the record. Go and get it. And go into next season with a squad that's in better condition, physically, tactically, to go in and do it all again. Go in with added confidence, knowing that you're the Premier League champions, but you're also the record points holder. Yeah, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want to do that? I mean, if Klopp doesn't want to do it, then there's obviously a reason why, and that's why he's the manager and I'm not. But speaking as purely as a football fan, I want to see us go for that record. It's absolutely amazing. I'm lost for words. Like, I wanted to make a short video and put it up after we won the league, and I just don't know what to say. I've waited my whole life for it, and now it's here. It's kind of like, now what? Do you know what I mean? It's mad, and you know, unfortunately, we haven't been able to celebrate it in the way that we normally would. It is what it is. After 30 years, I'd have taken anything, really. I'd have absolutely taken anything. And you know what? This is fine. This will do. This is absolutely fine. So, and talking about next season, there is also something we have got to think about, and you've got to look at Man City this season for that and think, is there the possibility that we could have a bit of burnout in the squad next season? We've gone 100 miles an hour in every game for the past 2 seasons, and is there the possibility that we're going to get burnout in the squad as a result? Not like physical burnout, but like, now we've got over the line, is there the possibility that the players are going to just not have the hunger that they did prior? And it is a possibility. It's not mentality. It's not something that Klopp can do anything about. It's just psychological. It can happen sometimes. And despite me saying that I think it could happen, I don't think that it actually will. Because unlike Man City, we have had the massive break due to COVID, so the players aren't going to be as burnt out as the Man City squad was going into this season, with us bearing down on them. So I think all of that stands us in good stead for next year. If we do get a couple of reinforcements in, if we do treat every single game going forward like we haven't won anything, because that's what we should do, and go for that record. And if we haven't had that break in the middle of the season, I think that does stand us in good stead for next season to potentially retain this title. I know there's going to be greater competition from a couple of teams. Chelsea in particular are looking like they're going to be not necessarily league winners, but they are going to be up there, and if we aren't on it, they could, if we slip up, then they could in theory win the league next season. It's on us to make sure that we don't do that, and I think the preparations that happen now in these games that are coming up will affect that. There's also the likes of Leicester. If they improve even more, they could potentially run us closer. I mean, I know we're probably going to get over 100 points, and it's not likely that people are going to challenge us, because the chances of us dropping off so much and people improving so much is unlikely. And I understand the irony of that as I sit here saying it to you, when we've done the exact same thing to Man City over the past 2 seasons. But what we did was unlikely, and it's unlikely to happen to us. The only team that we should really have to deal with it is Manchester City, and if they get the Champions League ban upheld, it's gonna be more difficult for them to sign players that are gonna actually improve that squad. Yeah, that's why I'm saying we need to go into the next season and just carry on as we have this year, and the best way for us to be prepared to do that is just by carrying on like we haven't won anything. So anyway, that's my we've won the league video. That's my what I want from the rest of the season, and that's my what we're gonna be what we should be aiming to do next season as well. So thanks for your time. Thank you for being a Liverpool fan. Thank you for watching this video. And as always, up the Reds.